What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. Just me, Noah Hiles, here to recap a Pirates 5-2 victory over the Orioles at Ed Smith Stadium. Andrew Destin getting the day off today, but no worries. Still a lot to get into. And let's start right now. I think we know who we're going to start talking about for this recap. It's Paul Skenes, his first Grapefruit League outing for 2025. 3 innings, allows 1 earned run on 4 hits and a walk. Struck out for, I believe, through 54 pitches, if I have that correct off the top of my head. 33 for strikes. And just a lot of what we're used to seeing from Paul Skenes. I mean, the stat line doesn't necessarily read like he dominated, and I guess he didn't, but I think that was intentional. When you go and watch his media availability, when he talked to reporters after his start mid-game, he kind of talked about how it's easier to work on things when you don't care about the results, meaning that he doesn't care if he wins or loses in spring training. He's just trying to get himself ready for the regular season, and I think that was reflective of what he showed today. The fastball, the four-seam fastball, I should say, looked good. And if he used that more, he probably could have thrown 3 scoreless innings. Instead, he tried to mix in some of the new stuff, the cutter, the two-seamer. We saw both of those pitches around 5 to 6 times. We saw him throwing against righties and lefties, depending on the pitch. And yeah, the location, there's still some work to be done there. But that's the time to do this. He agreed with that. Still got a lot of soft contact. Of those 4 hits, I think really only 1 was a well-hit ball, and that was the first one from Adley Rutschman, who scored the lone run off of Skenes. And then the other thing I think to note with Skenes' outing is he didn't get a lot of defensive help. There were 2 errors while he was on the mound. One allowed a run to score. It ended up being an earned run because of what happened afterwards. But overall, all things considered, efficiency wasn't great, but he's not really worried about that right now. I think maybe if we're getting closer to opening day and he's still struggling with some of these new pitches and getting quick outs with them, then that's something to talk about. But overall, three ups in his first outing of spring training, completes the gauntlet, I guess you could say, of 3 innings of work, and a lot to build off of from Skenes. Second takeaway I have today is Nick Solak, a guy who he's had a really strong first week of spring training. When you look at the numbers, he's 6 for 12 at the plate. That's obviously a 500 batting average. 3 doubles, and then added a home run to his credit today. I believe it was in the 3rd inning. Oneil Cruz hit the first of 4 home runs for the Pirates this afternoon. Solak followed Cruz's later that frame. A no-doubter to left field. This is a guy who, if he continues to hit, I'm interested to see how his spring plays out. I don't know if there's a spot on the major league roster for him, but maybe there is, if depending on what they do at first base. If Triolo's going to be the everyday guy and Solak's hitting the ball well, then maybe you look at him as your right-handed utility infielder, a guy that you can bring in off the bench. He's got big league experience. He's played for multiple organizations. He's not young, so he could get some consideration if he continues to hit. And the fact that he's doing this late in the game, against reserves, and also early in the game against starting pitching, I think that there's something to note there. So Nick Solak, a guy everyone should keep an eye on as we move forward in this Grapefruit League calendar. Final guy I want to hit on today, Konnor Griffin, someone who, quite frankly, I did not think we'd be talking this much about 1 week into spring training. I know he's an intriguing prospect, the first prep player taken in last year's draft, obviously the first-round pick for the Pirates. But he's 18 years old, and I didn't expect him to look this good against professional competition. But he is looking this good. He had the game-winning hit today, a home run to lead off the 9th inning to put the Pirates ahead for good. The score was 3-2 then, and Manuel Valdez chipped in with a 2-run bomb of his own. Later that frame to make the score final 2. But Griffin, I mean, he's really flashed a little bit of everything. We've seen the speed. We've seen him be able to hit for contact. We've seen the power today with his first homer. Just a really good-looking ball player so far. I when the pick was made, I kind of anticipated this would be a player that Pirate fans would have to wait 4 or 5 years to see at the major league level. I don't know if it's going to be that long based off of his early returns. And I get it. It's 1 week worth of spring training, but this is his first time really going up against other pros, and he's shining in all areas of the game. The guy he hit the home run off of, I don't have the name in front of me. I apologize. It was a losing pitcher, which is mentioned in my story at post-gazette.com. But I was told that was the Orioles pitcher of the year for their minor league system last year. So it wasn't like he was hitting it off of a guy who isn't close to scratching the big leagues. That was a quality opponent, and it was a no-doubter, an absolute rocket. I thought it was really funny talking to him after the game. He was one of the last people to find out it was a home run. He was hustling around the bases, trying to turn a ball that he thought was in the right center gap into a triple, but it wasn't until he got to second and saw the umpire signaling home run that he knew what had just happened. Don't know how much longer we'll see him this spring with the big league camp, but man, what a great early showing from him so far. So those are my 3 takeaways. Pirates are back in action again Sunday. It will be against the Tigers at Lecom. Jared Jones taking on Jackson Jobe of the Detroit Tigers, one of the premier prospect arms in baseball. I believe MLB Pipeline has him rated as the number 5 prospect in baseball. So a lot of excitement going into that one. We'll have you covered. Check out our work at post-gazette.com and hit that subscribe button to this YouTube channel if you don't already. I'm Noah Hiles. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.